Hi, I'm Kevin Bolding, and this is First Friday Conversations, where we share the stories that make the Y a special place. Today, I am with somebody who is a dear friend, somebody who means so much to our organization and to our community. I can tell you so much about her, but I'm just going to jump straight into the questions because we've got a lot to cover today. Julie, hello there.
Hello, Kevin.
All right, so kind of jumping into this, Julie, you've done so much for our organization. You are a busy mom, you are a corporate leader, you are carrying so much responsibility personally and professionally. But the question I really want to know is, why did you say yes?
Well, for me, it was easy because I have such a passion for the Y. It goes all the way back to when I was a camper at Camp Weewa back when I was a little tyke. And then I think back to when I was first asked to be part of a family center. It happened to be the Roper Y. And when I stepped into being part of this organization, I stepped into a place of excellence. And it aligned very much with my personal core values. And then when you stepped into the role and you asked me to step in and help you more in a leadership perspective, it gave me an opportunity to make a bigger impact on an organization I care very deeply about that is doing awesome things for our community and really aligns with my why, my personal why, which is impacting lives for eternity.
Yeah.
And I get to do that in my service to the Y MCA, as well as my service to the broader community that I get to live and play and work in.
Making a change for eternity. So you don't set small goals. That's a pretty lofty goal, and I can just tell everyone, in your term as board chair, it's been amazing to see our other volunteers also recognize the amount of energy, the focus, the dedication that you put into the work. I think sometimes when we talk about board service, people get concerned when they might get tapped on the shoulder to be asked about board service.
Mhm.
They're worried about, well, they're going to ask me to give so much, whether it's, money or time. They're going to ask me to give, 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 give. Let's flip it around. What have you gained?
So much more than I've given. I think about the relationships I've gained, the relationships with the Y staff, the relationships with the people I've had an opportunity to network with because of my role as the chairman, the access points of being able to see lives changed, real lives changed, children that are different because they know how to swim and they're safe, parents who have a sense of relief and peace because they have a place to get respite. Seniors who get a chance to fellowship and make their lives healthier because of not just their physical well-being, but their mental well-being. And then just incredible stories that will live in my heart for a long time that fuel me for the next adventure or the next part of my community service journey.
And so, as a senior exec with Seacoast, why do you think it matters for companies to encourage their leaders to serve in nonprofits like the Y?
It simply makes them a better leader because it gives them an opportunity to see that the world from a different lens, and it allows the company to leave a legacy in the communities in which they have the opportunity to be successful in. And that legacy only comes by embedding yourself in the organization and seeing all the great things that organizations like the Y are doing. And that's why I think people should consider service because it quite frankly makes you a better leader.
But sometimes I think people don't know how to get started.
Ah. Mhm.
How would you get started? And so if you're talking to if you're talking to somebody, or what would you say to that person who has the talent, who has the experience, who has the influence, but has never considered board service?
That's a really great question. When I think about it, I think about telling someone, don't see the obstacles, but see the opportunities. And it really is simply as easy as asking how I can help. It doesn't have to be some, complicated conversation. It's just literally walking up to a desk in a YMCA and saying, how can I help you? What do you need? And ultimately opening your eyes around you and just walking around and seeing the need and saying, I can help with that. My hope and prayer is that there will be many leaders that will rise up and be part of an organization that is got a standard of excellence and is changing the world. And I'm so honored to have been part of the journey with you. So thank you, Kevin.
Perfect. I think what you've heard from Julie is here's somebody who has gotten involved and started at a committee level and worked her way all the way up and done tremendous work for our organization at every level. If there's ever a time that you are thinking about how can I give back and how can I make a change, lean in. Talk to your local YMCA leaders. We are looking for people who can help us to continue to impact and affect our communities in a positive way. And I thank you all for joining in once again this month. Take care.